Hey everybody, this is that drummer guy Josh Runquist, and I'm here with Jon Schaffer from Meister Earth, who's going to be playing tonight at the Myth in Maplewood, Minnesota. How's it going?
Good.
The first time I finally got to see you guys was at Station 4 back in 2008. And it finally feels great to be able to see you in a bigger venue, so I can finally hear like the bigger, fuller sound from you guys. How did you guys manage to get on the tour with Volbeat?
Michael and I are good friends, and he's a fan of the band, and when from actually when he was really young, he bought the first album the day it came out in Denmark, and he became a fan of Iced Earth, and we finally met and got to really know each other a while back, not too long ago, but we just hit it off. It felt like I'd known him forever, and we've had a great time together every time we get together. We're in contact often, and when I heard they were coming out on the road here in the States, I told him we'd love to come out and support you guys. And he said, oh, that'd be awesome. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, because I've been a fan of you guys for a very long time, and finally being able to see you guys both at the same show, very cool stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, they're really, really great people. You can't ask for a better group of people, the band and the crew, and we all get along really great because, Michael's such a very down-to-earth, genuine person, and I think when you're like that, you attract those kind of people around you, and it makes for a really cool chemistry amongst both of our crews and the bands and everything.
Oh, very much so, yeah. So you guys are a couple dates into the tour. How has the fan reaction been so far? Like having Volbeat's fans hearing your music?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you can tell that we're making new fans. I think between the exposure to Volbeat and Hellyeah's fans, we're definitely turning some people on that have never heard of us, and you can tell that in certain cities when we go out. You can see, there's the obvious hardcore Iced Earth fans there, but there's a lot of people you can just see it in their face. They don't know who we are, and they're not sure what's happening, but by the end, they got their hands up and they're into it. So, and that's the whole point of doing something like this. And we need, we've needed to be. Iced Earth has always been preaching to the choir. I mean, we've only opened, besides Volbeat, we've only opened for 3 bands in the history of the band, and in very limited markets at that. So, it's something that we've always wanted to do, but it can be political. If you're relying solely on your agents and management to try to set something up. And Michael's, in my case, we're just really good friends, and we respect each other's work greatly, and we have a lot of fun together, and there's a real strong chemistry there, so seemed to be kind of a no-brainer.
Oh, very cool. Now that you have Stu Block in the band, how's the chemistry been ever since you've had him, now that you're a few tours in with him?
It's great. We have a lot of fun. I mean, the band's, we're like a well-oiled machine. I mean, by the time we get through with this run, it's 120 shows into this world tour since around the 1st of November, and it's literally been around the world. So, and we've still got a lot planned. There's a lot of things in the works down the line, so it's not slowing down any. But the chemistry's great. We have a lot of fun together. Stu and I get silly sometimes. We were up partying the other night and wrestling in the front lounge, and we're just like carrying on like teenagers and shit. Which, at my age, it's you feel it the next day, but it's still a lot of fun.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. So with Dystopia, I really like the concept that you were going with it. Are you going to be continuing that on in that style, or?
I don't really know. I mean, it's too early. The album hasn't even been out a year yet, so it's kind of too early for me to start making decisions on what the next studio album is going to be like. But I would imagine that, those themes have always been in Iced Earth music. It just has never maybe been that blatant and with an entire package. But yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that a lot of the things that are happening in the world are going to affect me as a songwriter, and Stu also, and so I would expect that it's all it's Iced Earth, man. So it is what it is.
Oh yes. Is there any songs that you like to play live that you specifically like hearing with Stu singing? Like if there's like a song from back when Tim or Matt was in the band that you particularly like hearing Stu play now?
I mean, he does everything great, so it's not really. I mean, there isn't one that he can. Everything that we've tried to do, there hasn't been any trap doors yet. Stu's been able to nail it, and with total conviction. So I mean, they sound great.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I remember on the last tour you started playing Dante's Inferno again, which you also re-recorded with. Was it a full re-recording?
Yes.
They did? Okay.
Yeah, because that's the only way we could ever play it live again, and still have the orchestration, which is a big part of Dante. It's a big part of the composition. In the old days when we recorded that, we were on 2-inch tape, and we had to roll over the click track. So in order to perform Dante live, the only time we ever did it was when we would have to take a keyboard player out with us, which adds another pretty big expense to the tour budget. So by being able to put those sounds, orchestrations on a click, and then we play to the click, it makes it more. It's more of a budget. That's why we haven't done it since Alive in Athens until the Dystopia tour.
Uh-huh.
So by re-recording it, and we've known for years that and I've been thinking about doing this for a long time actually. It's just it seemed like the right time. The fans have wanted to hear Dante live for a long time. So in order to do that and to be able to have it, I can't pay a keyboard player salary to come and play one song on a tour and to pay for flights and food and travel and all the stuff that goes with it. It's just not worth it. It doesn't make sense. So this way we can do it, and we have. I mean, obviously not when we have a 40-minute set. We can't do it, but we've been doing it at our headline shows, and it's great.
Oh yeah. Do you have any plans to bring back some of the more older or non-live songs that are traditional, anything more from Burnt Offerings or before?
I mean, not really. No. If we do Dante's Inferno off of Burnt Offerings, we're pretty much doing the epic piece of Burnt Offerings. So I mean, later maybe, but now on this album cycle, no, absolutely not. I mean, we've got our hands full as it is because we're preparing for the live album, and that's 32 or 33 songs that we're working through every chance that we get, and it's difficult because we're doing a 40-minute set for most of this tour. We have some headline shows towards the end. And then we're doing festivals in the summer in Europe, which are anywhere from 50 to 75 minutes, but we've got a 3-hour set of songs to get tight before Cyprus, so it's quite a challenge to make sure we're on top of things that we can't keep rotating in the set list. But there's stuff that's going to span the entire catalog.
Oh, cool.
I mean, we're doing stuff from Framing, from Crucible, plus all the way back to the first album. It's everything. I mean, every album is going to be represented on the new live DVD.
Oh, nice. So, when will that be coming out?
I think spring next year. I mean, we're recording it on August. On August 19th.
Oh, my birthday.
Yeah, that's in Cyprus. But I don't see any chance for us to be able to get it. I mean, there's no way it would be out before Christmas at that late of a recording date. It's just not possible. They need, the lead time the label does to get everything set up and, press and promotion and all that. So I would say probably February or March next year.
Ah, very cool. So is Iced Earth going full ahead 100%, or are you going to be working on Sons of Liberty anytime soon?
I don't really have any plans to do any Sun stuff right now. There's a special thing that I want to do. It would involve some guest musicians, but it may be a one-song release on the internet kind of a thing. But that, I don't even know when I'm going to have time to do that. So to actually focus on writing Sons material right now is not really likely, because the next thing in line is going to be new Iced Earth material, and and the way we're touring, we have to kind of do that in between tours, and so. I want to try to start this fall, but there's some other touring opportunities that are popping up that might make that a little bit more difficult because, I mean, I can come up with riffs and stuff and that kind of shit on the road, but that's the real, the writing part and the whole conceptual part and arrangements and everything. I really need to be kind of, like Michael calls it, he gets in his bubble, and I do too. He does the same thing, and you really have to be in a zone and be left alone. You get in your own world and focus and concentrate, and and being out here doing this is completely different than songwriting. It's a very, very different thing. It actually, they don't really have anything in common. That's the weird thing about this, actually. So when you're in writing mode, it's a much more intimate. It takes a huge amount of concentration. And when you're out here, you know, there's always distractions, whatever whatever it may be. I mean, it could be just the fact that you live on a bus with a bunch of guys, or that you're dealing with fans, and that you're dealing with the press, and that you're on the road. It's it's a completely different environment. So it's, for me, as the way that I compose, it's just not the best way. I certainly wouldn't be able to do a complete record. I don't think that would live up to the standards. I think I need to be have time.
It definitely makes sense to do it that way
in the studio. So, but we're going to do it while we can in between what we have going on here. So,
Josh, very cool. Almost out of space on the camera.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add to anyone listening or anyone watching?
Not really, man. I can't really think of anything. Thanks for the support.
Very cool. It's been Jon Schaffer from My Steer. This is that German guy, Josh Runquist. Thank